Pearl Davis, Just Pearly Things on YouTube, is waging an all-out war on women wearing skimpy Halloween costumes. I won't go so far as to call them slutty costumes, but she specifically has called out Hailey Bieber for dressing up as Carmen Electra from Scary Movie. It is an incredibly racy costume, granted. And
I'm gonna put it on screen here.
What is Pearl short for?
I think that her real name's Hannah. And she said, is this appropriate for a wife? Being Justin Bieber's wife. I believe Justin Bieber's opinion would be warranted here, but we don't have it.
Isn't she a model in still like her 20s?
Yes.
Kellen, you asked, is Scream Justin, or is that just some random guy?
Well, that's a good question.
Because that factors into whether it's appropriate, right?
If what?
Do you think that Scream is Justin in this photo?
Or it could be photoshopped.
Or it's just photoshopped
That could actually
in?
be photoshopped, yeah.
It might just be photoshopped.
Who does look beautiful, I will say.
She does
look gorgeous.
I don't think anyone is disputing.
Chef's kiss.
No one is arguing about whether Hailey Bieber looks good in these photos. Obviously she does. But Pearl asks, is this appropriate for a wife? And most of the responses seem to be, it's a Halloween costume, lady. Chill. Relax.
And they're both,
or it's none of your business.
It's an entertainer performance couple, right? He's a singer, and I think he's an actor too nowadays. And she's a model, so it's like this is what they do.
It's not Joe Schmo 32 and his wife Jill Schmo 32.
I mean,
yeah,
it's
not like the next story.
Yeah. It's a little bit interesting just because Justin and Hailey have been open about like being Christians and like being about Christian values, being a little bit more traditional compared to the rest of Hollywood. They're Okay,
well, can you put the pictures back up?
Yes, I can do that.
Come on. There we go. Yo, like that's actually a pretty tame bikini too.
Well,
all
it's
things
like
considered nowadays.
The lingerie that was common in the 80s.
Is it lingerie or is it a bikini she's wearing?
Is that her?
Yeah.
This is another picture we posted.
I think that was from a year ago or something. Her as
So
Britney
yeah,
Spears.
I mean that is a lot more tame than some of the stuff you'll see at even a public beach nowadays. So
True, but people will argue, you know, this isn't okay, and the thong bikinis are also not okay.
Okay, why don't
the pearl anything, like the weird right-wing pearl clutching over this woman wearing
literally
a bikini.
Pearl Davis
it's literally
clutching.
Pearl clutching is a bit ridiculous to me. Like, also, it's their choice, right?
Can someone in chat Photoshop the bikini photos with Photoshop Pearl into them, please?
Please don't.
No.
We don't want that.
And then she went on this tirade, which I'll read out for everyone here, and it's
all
a little
in caps.
worrying.
And it's all yelling too because they're all in caps.
Stop wearing slutty costumes trick-or-treating. You are wives and mothers. Put it away. I'm being told wives and mothers in the Bible Belt are dressing like I don't know if I can say that word on 304s on Halloween. Woo. This should be a crime and child abuse because kids have to see you dressed like a 304. Women over 30 wearing slutty costumes should be charged with a hate crime. Moms are dressing like 304s for Halloween. This is a hate crime. My eyes are burning from all these moms with wrinkles and sags and Botox foreheads dressed like 304s.
Okay, well...
And this is all in quick succession.
This is not an example of
tweeting spree.
This is not an example of that.
Yeah, well, Hailey is not even 30 yet. I think
what I'm saying is, like, there is to be, like, remember that viral video of the mom, the football player, like, she jumped into his arms?
We did talk about that on the show.
So that's inappropriate, right? Yes. She's older. It's an incestuous kind of situation. It's weird. It's inappropriate. The same thing is for the 50-year-old man or woman, for that matter, wearing revealing clothing.
If it's Madonna posting thirst traps, we're all going to agree it's a little disturbing and not
it's like Jeff Bezos on the boat, right? Shirtless. Just because he can doesn't mean he should.
But he's actually in good shape.
Jeff Bezos?
Yes. He's like all on roids now.
Who am I thinking of?
You're thinking of Elon Musk.
Oh, on the boat?
Like, but the
whatever. Rich guy in a boat. Some rich guy.
Whether people like it or not, it's different for celebrities. They are oftentimes front-facing, camera-ready people that do this because it's part of their job. Now, if you want to complain because the mom down the block is doing it, again, I don't know if it's really your business. I think it's the husband's business, but who cares? Like, again, who cares?
Yeah, I mean, I agree on principle that some things are not age appropriate for older women to be doing, but obviously
meant
that
to.
doesn't.
But then
It's
when does
meant-
the age
it's meant to.
When does the age start?
Just
then?
men-
Is there like a cutoff? Is
Well,
is
I think
It depends on the person.
The reason I
Everyone-
say that, Kellen, is because sexuality is something that's very powerful for a young woman's
I was about to say that.
assets
Also, like,
in
I'm sorry,
society, and if she clings on to it for an
Well,
inappropriately long amount of time.
in general, women, like, their beauty is far superior than a man's beauty will ever be, objectively speaking, right? A man's never going to be called beautiful. He's called strong and brave, right? He's not
You call men
beautiful.
handsome.
You call them
Handsome.
handsome, but handsome's not even in the same ballpark as beautiful,
also
right?
like the
Thank you.
for your dulcet tones, ladies and gentlemen, that is in fact Ian Crossland giving his best Roberto.
You guys said
Jr.
there were no
impression.
more crisis party songs.
Wait, who said that?
Brett did.
I did not say that.
Then what did you say? Whatever. Man,
What?
that was terrifying.
My job is done here,
I
ladies
like
and
that.
gentlemen. My job is done here.
It's worse than the blindfolded walk through the haunted forest.
Yes. Like, also, it's not fair. Like, even if Elon Musk isn't in good shape, it's not really fair because he was like swimming on a boat. Like he was like on the water.
I mean,
he
if
wasn't
you
just
have a
walking
yacht,
down
you're a
the
little
street.
bit
Sure,
beyond
you know,
that.
and I am picking on them a little bit, but the point here is that, right, like the allure of women is beauty. It's not so much for men. That being said, just because you doesn't do something doesn't mean you should, right? There's a lot of old Joe Biden at the beach. No one wants to see that, right? Like, and to answer your question, Brett, about what is the age cutoff, there's no number. You're looking for a hard stop. You're not going to find it. Everyone's biological clock is different. That's why Salma Hayek can still wear a bikini, and some politicians that are in their 40s can't, right? So it really depends on your genes.
Well,
and it's not fair.
specifically,
Life's not fair. Sorry.
I think that this isn't about age. She's specifically calling out Hailey Bieber because she's married, and this is inappropriate because she's married.
Yeah.
But she's phrasing it as a question so that she doesn't have to argue for a position. She's phrasing it as a question for men.
I'm
would
not bothered
you,
by it.
if you were married to Hailey Baldwin, I guess, would you be okay with her dressing up this way for Halloween?
It's not for Pearl to police or coach the Bieber's marriage. If Justin has an issue with it, he is a perfectly capable individual to go and talk to his wife.
Yeah.
His wife. Pearl, who are they to you?
To be fair, she's still allowed to have that opinion, just the way we're having an opinion on what
Yeah, but she's
right?
very, very extremely, like, she gets upset over this stuff.
I mean,
At
it's
least it seems that
inflammatory.
way.
That is one of the funniest
Yeah.
part
On
about this is
purpose.
like I've been talking about, like I'm in what I really believe is like a world of post concern. Like there's just so much bad news. There's so much
There's like these
input.
people clamoring over here for you to care about the terrorist attacks that are happening across the world. And then
Or
there are these
Marvel
people
or
over
Disney
here
or-
clamoring for you to care about what's going on with Kathleen Kennedy. And then there's Pearl clamoring over here for you to care about the fact that Hailey Bieber is dressing like a harlot when she is married, and you just want to live your life.
And I'm going to point out because there was a tweet, or I'm sorry, tweet. There was a post here in the chat says, "Who cares?" sums up the entire show. Strange that you use that as a point of conversation, Brett. I'm making that as my point for me, right? I'm not expecting anyone else to take that same stance here. I understand that there's a discussion to be had here about morals, about dignity, about what it means to be married to another person.
I take that stance too. Everyone's a juice bag, man.
What
Like,
does that mean?
I don't even know what that means.
that's just your, clean version of a curse word. But what I'm
What?
saying is, like,
Yeah.
well, it doesn't matter. Like, who is Pearl, right? Like, I'm gonna
It's an
wake up
indication of
tomorrow.
where aspects of the culture
Biebers
are
are still
going.
going to be the Biebers. Pearl's still going to be
Yeah.
Pearl. Well, when I see stuff like this, what this tells me is that you've got nothing going on in your life, right?
And it
You know
is
who
true
you
that-
don't see posting stuff like this? Blue collar workers, because
Yeah.
they're busy
Yeah.
doing stuff, providing for their family.
And it is true. Like the whole point of this show is to have opinions on what's going on with people or their jobs or these types of things. So she's allowed to have that opinion. I just find it interesting because it is like a weird type of pearl clutching that we see from both sides now. It doesn't seem like the liberals of Hollywood would necessarily have a problem with this, right?
Well, I think that she's just calling out the fact that we liberated sex.
Yeah.
And we can't cope with the consequences. That's a fact. And that's a fair point to make. maybe in this particular circumstance, you look a little ridiculous when you're pointing at a woman who looks incredible in a bikini and saying, this is inappropriate. It makes you look
Well, you're not
bad.
providing, you're not offering, as far as, I mean, I don't have the tweet or whatever in front of me, but as far as I've heard, there's no solutions she's offering. Again, maybe this is, again,
I mean,
the
I think
guy
the
versus the
solutions
woman
that Pearl
mindset.
is offering
you know?
is men should get vasectomies, never have children, never get married, don't associate with women, have... Like, I mean, those are her versions of solutions, but it's really
Pearl,
not constructive at all.
I challenge you to a volleyball match because I know you play volleyball. We talked about this when you were here at the castle.
I don't know if you'd win.
Oh,
She's a professional.
I challenge you, and if I win, you have to apologize to Hailey Bieber. Next time you're out this way. Next time you're out this way, Pearl.
Courier 626 says Brett is unapologetically unopinionated. Imagine having a job that requires you to have an opinion all the time.
Yeah,
without having an
imagine
opinion.
that.
Imagine that.
Okay, but
Yeah.
try to conjure up one, please.
I have no problem with this. No, I said from the beginning, I said, I don't have a problem with this. It's between them. Like, it doesn't offend me. I don't think it says anything about their marriage.
But if
because-
you
But we can
were
dissect each
married
of their
to Hailey
opinions.
Bieber, would you be a little uncomfortable with her dressing like this?
No, that's
If
sick.
I was a
Honestly, that's a
social
sick
media.
photo
if
shoot.
I was Justin Bieber and I was a rich multi-platinum recording artist married to a model, I don't think I'd have a problem with it.
So it's different if you were just a middle-class guy and
Kind
your
of.
wife posts bikini photos.
It seems almost like there might
It's
be
a
a difference there.
socioeconomic standard.
No. I think it's a what you do for a living standard.
Yeah.
I think
Like, she's already a model who posts pictures
Right.
that look like this. It's like not Seth Rogen. It was the guy who dated the surfer,
yeah, people who are really artsy.
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill. Like he's like, you can't be a surfer. He's like, I don't want you to go surf with dudes
Or you're
now.
posting
Yeah.
pictures of yourself in
in a bikini.
swimsuits, and it's like, dude, you're dating a surfer.
It's her job, right? Like that felt ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
Or like they say, artists are a lot of time just broke people, right? So they're not rich, but they probably wouldn't have a problem at all with because it's the art of the body and it's the human form and stuff like that, right? So it really depends, I think, on one, your morals, but two, also like just the lane that you're in.
Yeah. Like, now, the funny thing is we're going to actually get back into this discussion when we get into the
Right.
Joe Smith topic, because
Right.
that's a whole nother discussion.
We'll
And
crack
and
open
we'll get
another
to that,
Pearl
yeah.
tweet at
Well,
that point in the show.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.